What to say to a narcissist to shut them down? Are you tired of feeling silenced by a narcissist and don't know how to respond? You've come to the right place. Today, we're revealing the ultimate comebacks to shut down a narcissist. And trust me, this is knowledge you definitely need to arm yourself with. Stick with me and you'll soon be the one in control. 1. I'm sure you didn't mean to offend me. This is a way of turning the tables without triggering a defensive response. It's not always easy to remain calm and composed when a narcissist is in your presence. But maintaining your peace is essential. By saying, I'm sure you didn't mean to offend me, you're suggesting that they've made a mistake rather than outright accusing them of intentionally harming you. This subtle change in language minimizes the chance of escalating the situation, as it disarms the narcissist and gives you control of the conversation. 2. Let's just agree to disagree. Frequently, narcissists believe they're always right and won't accept any opposition. So, instead of engaging in a futile argument where neither side budges, the best response can be, let's just agree to disagree. It is a calm, assertive, and neutral stance that communicates that you respect their point of view, but you don't fully agree with it. By not participating in a heated debate, you deny the narcissist the attention they crave and stop the conversation from spiraling into an unproductive argument. 3. I understand that this is how you feel. This statement is about empathy, which is a quality that narcissists often struggle with. It's not about agreeing with them, but acknowledging their feelings. By saying, I understand that this is how you feel, you are showing empathy while also avoiding an argument. You're not committing to anything. You're not fueling the fire, but you're also not entirely shutting them down. This statement is a graceful way of navigating the conversation without getting drawn into unnecessary drama. 4. I need to go now, but we can talk later. Narcissists often seek to control situations and the people in them. If you find yourself in a situation where the conversation is becoming intense or overwhelming, don't hesitate to excuse yourself. Saying, I need to go now, but we can talk later, provides an immediate and neutral exit. It signifies that you are not cutting them off entirely, which could provoke them, but you're establishing a boundary that you need some space. With narcissists, it's all about control and dominance. They love to steer conversations, set the pace, and often leave the other party feeling overwhelmed. But it's absolutely fine to protect your emotional well-being by withdrawing from an increasingly fiery conversation. This phrase is a powerful yet respectful statement to use in such scenarios. It shows you're not running away or succumbing to the pressure. You're simply exercising your right to manage the situation in a way that best suits your mental peace. Remember, it's about creating a balance where you're not entirely cutting the narcissist off, which could potentially spark an even more aggressive response, but tactfully stepping back while suggesting a continuation at a later stage. 5. That's interesting. When a narcissist is trying to draw you into a debate or provoke you into an emotional response, responding with a neutral statement like, that's interesting, can help shut down their attempts. It's a non-committal response that acknowledges what they've said without agreeing or disagreeing with it. This type of response can help diffuse the situation and keep the conversation from escalating. Responding with, that's interesting, can really be a game changer when a narcissist tries to provoke you or draw you into an emotionally draining argument. This non-committal response is a testament to your composure and tact. It communicates that you've heard their points, but you're not allowing yourself to be drawn into their world of control and manipulation. This response is neutral ground. A safety zone, if you will. It's a way of acknowledging their statement without conceding to their perspective or fueling an unnecessary dispute. It's a powerful tool to help you keep your balance and not get swept away in the tornado of a narcissist's tactics. 6. I appreciate your perspective. Recognizing a narcissist's perspective doesn't mean you agree with it. Rather, it's a diplomatic way to handle their insistence on being right without directly challenging them. When you say, I appreciate your perspective, you're implying that although you recognize their point of view, that doesn't mean that you accept it as your own. It's about recognizing their need to be acknowledged without feeding into their narcissism. Recognizing a narcissist perspective is like extending an olive branch. It's a peace offering that's intended to diffuse a potential argument rather than spark one. It doesn't mean you agree with them or validate their narrative. It's a diplomatic act to cool down a heated exchange. I appreciate your perspective indicates that you recognise their viewpoint without necessarily subscribing to it. This helps to deflate their drive for dominance while helping you steer the conversation away from conflict and towards a more peaceful resolution. 7. You're entitled to your opinion. This statement is another way of acknowledging a narcissist's feelings without necessarily agreeing with them. It's a polite, diplomatic response that avoids confrontation and can prevent the conversation from escalating. It's essentially telling the narcissist, I hear you, but I don't agree with you. It helps establish your boundaries without encouraging an aggressive reaction. It's a diplomatic acknowledgement that subtly communicates your disagreement without pushing the narcissist into defensive mode, helping to avoid an immediate argument. This statement works on the principle of respect for everyone's freedom of thought, and by using it, you're elegantly establishing your boundaries while maintaining a peaceful environment. 8. Let's focus on the facts. Narcissists are known for their ability to manipulate facts to suit their narrative. By shifting the focus to the facts, you're attempting to keep the conversation grounded in reality. You're reminding them that their perspective is not the only one and that factual accuracy matters. This can help rein in their tendency to exaggerate or twist the truth. 9. Could you elaborate more on that? This statement can catch a narcissist off guard. It's a courteous way to challenge them to provide more details or explain their reasoning, which can sometimes expose the flaws in their argument. It also shows that you're actively participating in the conversation and not simply accepting everything they say at face value. Asking a narcissist to elaborate more on their point is a tactful way of gently challenging their assertions. It shows that you're not just passively absorbing their claims, but critically engaging with what they say. By probing them for more details, you may reveal inconsistencies or exaggerations in their narrative, thereby indirectly challenging their credibility. This statement is not meant to be confrontational, but to foster an environment of accountability and authenticity. It's your way of demanding clarity, not just accepting their narrative blindly. 10. I see, but here's what I think. This is a subtle way to express your disagreement without getting a rise out of the narcissist. By starting your response with an acknowledgement, you reduce the likelihood of an immediate defensive reaction. Then, by stating your perspective, you're establishing that you have your own thoughts and opinions, which can help balance the conversation and counteract their self-centered focus. 11. I value your input, but I need some time to think about it. This response gives you a chance to step back from an intense conversation without escalating the situation. It acknowledges the narcissist's need to be valued while also setting a boundary. It suggests that you will not be rushed or pressured into accepting their viewpoint. Using this phrase allows you to take control of the situation without escalating any negative emotions. This sentence acknowledges the narcissist's viewpoint which they crave, while at the same time setting a boundary, indicating that you will not be manipulated or rushed into making a decision. It communicates respect for their opinion, but also asserts your autonomy and decision-making ability. It's a means of maintaining the dialogue, but on your terms, giving you the necessary space and time to evaluate things rationally. 12. I respect your confidence. Narcissists are often very self-assured, and acknowledging this can help diffuse a potentially volatile situation. This statement shows respect without validating any negative behaviour. It focuses on a positive aspect of their personality, thus avoiding confrontation and discouragement. Narcissists are often high on confidence, and acknowledging this can be a way of preventing an escalation in their behaviour. It's a form of subtle admiration that validates their ego without fueling their narcissism. It's a peacekeeping statement that encourages a constructive dialogue while avoiding unnecessary confrontation. 13. We seem to be going in circles. Narcissists often use circular conversations to confuse or frustrate you. By pointing out this tactic, you show them that you're aware of what they're doing. This can make them rethink their strategy and stop the conversation from continuing in an unproductive direction. 14. Your words are hurtful. It's important to express your feelings clearly and assertively when interacting with a narcissist. By telling them your words are hurtful, you are standing up for yourself without resorting to aggressive behaviour. This can force them to reconsider their words and approach. 15. I believe we should involve a third party. If conversations continue to be destructive or unproductive, suggesting involving a neutral third party can help mediate the situation. This could be a counsellor, therapist, or another trusted individual who can offer an unbiased perspective. Now that you know how to disarm a narcissist, it's time to dive deeper. Up next, we're exposing 7 tactics narcissists use to control and confuse conversations, and 8 shocking lies narcissists would love you to believe. Choose your next move wisely, folks. Each one is a step towards arming yourself against manipulation. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and keep the knowledge flowing.